Hey guys, post recording Sultan 56 here. I was just gonna be having to grind against wild Pokemon for a while before I fight Brawly. So I recorded this, and when I was recording, I was like, you know what, I should just invite my brother on, and we can talk. My brother actually made this image that I was supposed to be using earlier, and I hadn't. I'm starting to use it now. It's gonna be my new face for the foreseeable future, I believe. That's pretty cool. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it. There's nothing crazy happened since episodes. I'm just grinding for like an hour or so. And like if you don't have to watch this one, it's skippable. But I think we talk about some fun stuff. So hopefully you guys like it. Let me know in the comments below. Start. All right. What's up, guys? Hi, Max. How's it going?
Going good. My ex-wife? I don't remember that one.
What do you mean you don't remember that one?
Was that in the last video?
No, this is... I just caught this today.
I see.
Spoilers. I'm basically just grinding for Brawly.
Yeah, cause didn't you destroy the rock gym leader?
I didn't destroy her. The only reason it looked as good as I did was because I had orange berries. And I also had Lotad and not Marshtomp.
You did better than I expected. I expect you to have another death.
Nah. I mean, the only death I had so far was an accidental throw because I didn't read what it said correctly.
Yeah, you killed your bird.
Yeah, I killed Goose.
That was a pretty big loss.
Yeah. No facade, gut, yeah, no facade.
The guts, nature. I mean, ability. Its nature was terrible, wasn't it? Wasn't it calm?
I don't know. I only have like 2 Pokemon with decent natures for their builds, so... Yeah.
Oh, you got lucky that you didn't get a Dustox.
No, Dustox is better, actually, yeah.
Is it? I always thought Butterfree was better. I know
Butterfly.
Yeah, I mean Beautyfly. Butterfree is a better version of it.
Yeah. Dustox is better because I think it gets the spore moves. Or at least it gets more of them and gets them faster and it's got better typing.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Beautyfly is pretty good for Brawly, but...
Maybe I was just thinking about it being worse because I played Ruby and I fought Team Magma, which had a bunch of ground types.
Yeah.
Or a bunch of Numels, I should say.
Well, it's neutral to ground.
Is it?
Yeah, because... You talking about Beautyfly or Dustox?
Dustox.
Yeah. Ground, or Bug is resist ground, so it's neutral.
That's actually a pretty good then. Does Bug resist Psychic?
I think so, yeah.
Oh my god, actually never mind, that's a pretty good typing then.
Yeah, I was watching, was it the Wolf VGC guy? And he said that Poison and Bug were really bad. And I was like, they're not bad. I think they're really good types to bundle with other types. Because, they have a lot of useful resistances that don't overlap with a lot of other Pokemon, so certain typings work really well with them. So by themselves, yeah, they suck, but when you combine them with stuff, and also, yeah, Poison's a bad attacking type, sure, but they can also use Toxic, so...
Isn't it like the second best defensive type in the game? No, that's Water. I guess it would be the third.
Steel, Water. After that, it's probably Poison, in my opinion.
I always thought Poison was a good type to slap onto something. Never really that bad.
It's definitely a bad solo type. I don't think there's any solo Poison types that are good. All the good ones are like Poison Dark, Poison Grass, or Poison Water.
Wasn't that how most Pokemon are? They're good. Most Pokemon aren't good solo type. Like very few are. Like Steel and Water solo types are the only ones I can think of that are, you know, people
Yeah.
actually used as a solo type. Actually, I can't even think of a Steel when I think about it, because usually they're like Flying or like Metagross with Psychic.
Yeah.
I can't think. I think there's just not really any solo Steel types other than Registeel that I can think of on top of my head.
What's that electric mythical from Alola?
Tapu Koko?
No, that's a legendary. The one with Plasma Fist?
Oh, Zoro, something like that. Those are the Z.
So I was using my Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy team online.
Oh yeah.
And I messed up and got my ground types killed, so he swept me with a fucking legendary, right? And he was like, next time don't bring 4 water types. I was like, dude, it's a Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy team. Like, shut the hell up.
Yeah. That's pretty dumb. I don't know why people are so toxic on there. This is
I
why,
mean, that was the only rude person I met.
I don't know. Every
that
time I
day.
play it, they're just like, when I lose, I get scrub or get rolled scrub or something like that.
I don't know.
I try to use something.
Maybe it's because I was playing in UU, Nationals UU. I was just like, bro, I misplayed one thing, so you killed me with the fucking electric type. Big whoop. You're like the first person I lost to in like 5 battles.
Yeah, he uses like one of the few good electric types. How's it
I
in
was surprised
UU?
that was in UU, but I think the reason it's in EU is because like all the Sword and Shield Pokemon are in OU, because they're all busted.
Not all of them are busted. Some of them are really terrible.
I'm talking about like the legendaries and stuff.
Yeah.
Because, it's the 2 Urshifus, right?
Yeah, they're pretty
The
good.
water fighting one is in UU, but I know the other one's in OU, I'm pretty sure. Right?
Yeah, the dark no, fighting one is just way better. I think it has to do with signature moves and stuff, not necessarily the typing. Because the dark one has like a weird thing where it hits harder, but the other one has like it always crits, but its moves are weaker. The crits don't really make up for the loss in power.
I don't know, because I just send out Man Ray and just go faster than them since it's scarfed and kill it and one shot it with Air Slash.
Yeah, it's just not that good. I mean, I like it, sure, but it's not good. It's better than most, though, so I guess that's something. Well, that's a Pokemon I can think of that is not busted. There's also the Ice Horse legendary.
That thing is
terrible.
crazy, yeah. And the what VGC guy was talking about it, and he was all like, yeah, the only reason this isn't like completely destroying everybody in VGC right now is because you can just Dynamax and then you just live. And I'm like, that's stupid. And he was basically saying if once Dynamax goes away, these Pokemon will probably be a problem. You said that about Grimmsnarl as well.
Yeah, because Grimmsnarl is kind of a beefy, take a lot of hits and deliver too. He has a really high attack stat, and I think he has pretty good defenses as well. I mean, he has
I don't think his attack is that high.
I think it's actually pretty good for something that is more of a wall. Plus, he has Prankster, so
Prankster is pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't really use the few times I've played against or used a Grimmsnarl, I didn't feel like it was that powerful. And I don't play with Dynamax.
Defensively.
Huh?
Yeah, you gotta play him very defensively. You gotta get both screens on him usually. Maybe not. I don't
Maybe
know.
it's like a double battle thing that he's really strong in.
I think so because he sets up screens so easily and he can take hits pretty well.
Maybe that's what it is, because I play singles usually.
Yeah, so I think he's bad in singles, but good in doubles. Which is what VGC is anyways, doubles.
Yeah, VGC's doubles.
Which is weird.
Yeah. Have you looked at multiverses yet?
No.
Apparently it's pretty good.
That's what everyone's saying.
Did you see the Circle Tune video about it?
No.
Oh, it's really funny. 10 out of 10. Like all his videos, basically. I want to get everybody to 16, have like a really stacked team.
Yeah.
For Brawly. Because I went out of my way to get, because I got Zubat, and I went on my way to get the Tentacool, so I have a bunch of resistances.
Pick up a Sableye so you just don't lose.
Well, I can't, because this is a Nuzlocke, and I ran into Sableye. Or I ran into Zubat. I was actually hoping for a Makahita, but I got a Zubat instead, so... Like, a Makahita would be really good later on.
That sucks.
Yeah, Zubat's really good too. Especially since he'll probably evolve right after he becomes a Golbat, since I caught him at such a low level.
I mean, if I remember correctly, Brawly it mostly has like only fighting moves. I think he only has fighting moves.
I think he has a normal move as well.
I don't think so. I think he only had fighting moves. Because well, I remember when I looked at it, we looked at it, right? And is it Meta Tight or is it Meta Chan?
No, he doesn't have one of those.
He doesn't have one?
He has a Machop and he's got a Makahita.
I swear he did.
Maybe in Ruby and Sapphire he does. But...
Hold on, let me check.
There is somebody in that gym that has a Focus Punch, Meta Tight. And when I was playing, oh shit. Please don't hit me. Please don't crit. Oh my goodness, I almost stood right there. That would have been bad to lose.
So you are a liar, I see. He
what?
has a Metatite.
No, I just looked at him.
Well, I'm looking at it right now, and he has one.
Oh, okay. I was looking at the Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah, Ruby and Sapphire, he doesn't have one.
Okay.
Yeah, it has, I think, dual screens, Focus Punch, and Bulk Up. I think that's what it has.
I don't think that one has Focus Punch.
It does, I remember, because we're like, why doesn't it use a Psychic move or something? And it just kept using Focus Punch on you because it punched one of your Pokemon and killed it, right? You're like, man, it really read me like a book, but it only had Focus Punch as an offensive
I'm pretty sure
move.
that was a random trainer that had that. Cause
I'm pretty sure that was him.
No, because I'm pretty sure with him, I just one-shot it before it did anything. When I was playing my regular one. Because I was just like, oh, it's some random trainer. I'll just set up on it and kill it, like, one-shot its other Pokemon, and it Focus Punched me. I was like, shit, dude.
I was right. I guessed its move exactly. It has Focus Punch, Light Screen, Reflect, and Bulk Up.
That's fine. But I know I one-shot
pretty sure it
it
was the way I said it.
I remember it set up a screen and then I killed it with,
Oh, maybe that was when you lost, because you probably won when it did that. Because when you lost, he focus punched you and you died.
No, I'm pretty sure that was that was one of his trainers in the gym.
Well, luckily for you, they don't have a normal move. He only has fighting moves.
I mean, it doesn't really matter. I can't get a ghost type.
It does, because you can resist all fighting, or normal has different resistances.
As in none.
Affinity. Yeah, as in you can't resist it, but you can resist fighting with bug.
I guess that's
Flying
true.
and stuff.
If his Makihito was one level higher, I could just cheese him with Shedinja. But I can't. That sucks.
That would suck.
I can do that with Watson though. Watson only has one move that can hit Shedinja, and that's on his first Pokemon that has got roll out. Everything else only has electric and normal moves.
Oh yeah, his Voltorb, or is it a pre-evolution?
Voltorb.
Okay. Or Fall form, I guess, would be.
This is annoying. There was a trainer in the trick room that had an Oddish, and it took me like almost all my Leech Life PP to kill it.
That sucks.
It was super annoying.
Hold on, I'll be back in a second.
Ah, jeez. Sweet son. Oh jeez, man. I want Pokemon good health? Yeah, it's fine. Oh, man.
The cat wanted out.
Okay. Yeah. Jeez. But I'm pretty confident that his Meditite did not kill me yet.
I swear it did, because you were trying to set up on him, and then he used Focus Punch. You used Yawn with your Sloth.
Oh,
and
you
then
know
he
what?
punched you and you
I know
died.
for a fact that was one of his trainers. No, I
I'm
definitely
pretty sure
remember
you
that.
lost because he punched you.
No. I'm pretty sure I beat Brawly first try.
I was there. I distinctly remember you losing. And it was funny because we found out that he only had fighting moves. Because
I
it was
already
like,
knew
why
he
does
only
keep
had
focus
fighting
punching?
moves. Like,
Well,
everyone knows
at least
that.
I was. Oh, I didn't, at least. I don't memorize the movesets.
The only reason I remember is because I actually caught a Sableye for a playthrough, and he could do nothing, and I was like, I looked it up, and he's like, yeah, he just loses if you use the Sableye.
Yeah, I did the same thing, but I didn't remember him only having fighting moves.
I'm pretty sure his
I thought
Meditite
he had-
used Light Screen, and then I just killed it.
That's funny. I'll never get past my barrier.
Whoa!
Oh,
Yeah, I think I used
Use the ghost move, Astonish.
no, I didn't use Astonish.
I don't think he
I'm
gets
trying to
dark.
think of what I had. I might have just like wrecked him with my starter. Not sure.
Dang, Sam, you need to be careful. He used Howl.
He did, and he's actually pretty scary. With how
Sure, I'm sure a bunch of
He's already
Poochies are
double
pretty
howled.
scary. Oh, he's double howled? Oh,
Yeah.
jeez, that is scary. Or a Zubat. Oh, no, he just kicked dirt in your face. Never mind, you should be alright.
There was one I fought earlier, and it didn't do one thing to me because I had Tentacle out, and just kept growling and sand attacking, and he's got clear body, or she's got clear body.
So, Sam,
Yeah.
what is the worst type to run in this Emerald? If you had to do one type only to run through Emerald, what would it be?
It'd probably
Worst
be
one.
Dark, honestly. Dark or Bug.
I would say Bug, because you have 4 Pokemon, 2 of them are the same, and one, like 2 of them you have to kind of get lucky on which one, I guess, because you would want,
I mean, you can get Dustox, Beautyfly,
and in the light bugs things, whatever they're called.
Light Bugs.
Volbeat, and
Oh yeah, and then you also
whatever
get.
the
Well,
other
you
one
get.
is.
The thing is though, with bugs, at least you get Shed Ninja. You can cheese a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
fights with
you
Shed
get
Ninja.
Shin Ninja, and then you could get his other guy, the fly one. Okay, so you could actually make a whole team. I don't think you can make a whole team with Dark. It'd be quite rough.
The
Couldn't get like
problem
half
is
of
all
it.
dark types
Oh.
suck in this gen.
I think you can only have Poochyena until like. No, you have to beat the Rock Gym until you get the next Dark type. What? The thing with Bug is you have to fight Rock before with a Beautyfly. No, you can get a Shedinja. You can
If you
theoretically
over
get a
level,
Shedinja.
if you allowed yourself to over level, you could cheese it. Yeah. Well, no, because Shed Ninja would be bad in that fight because he just
Oh, yeah.
dies.
That'd be rough, dude, to get through the first gym.
Actually, what you'd want to do is use Ninkata and over level it until it gets a ground move and use that. That's probably what I would do because I think it learns Mud Slap.
Yeah, that's
So-
probably that's your best chance, but if you think of the Dark Run, right? You can have a Sableye and just cheese the fighting one, which is your biggest problem.
Yeah, but I guess once you beat Roxana, it's not too bad. But before that, you're stuck with Poochie.
You got the flying one as well. What are you gonna do against that?
What do you mean?
The flying gym leader? Like, what is your big strat to fight that with?
Probably
Bug
get
type?
Crawdaunt or
I said with
Sharpedo.
with bug types.
Oh, with
Dark
bug
type,
types? Teach an
I'm trying to make
electric
it-
move to Volbeat.
Can it get one?
I know it can get Shockwave.
Oh, Shockwave. You know, Shockwave to death. Something that can easily get
I
one
mean,
shot by
it would
aerial
work
haze.
on everything but Altaria. And, does she have a Scummery in this? I think she
I
does.
think so, but I could be wrong. I can check. Hold on. Let's see. There's a Swablu, a Tropus,
Uh-oh, not
Pelipper,
Tropius.
Scummery, Altaria. So,
Wow, only
Tropus and
one of
Altaria.
those is super affected by electric.
No, Swablu is, and Scummery
Oh yeah,
is.
okay, yeah,
And
Swablu.
Pelipper.
Pelipper is double super affected.
Yeah, so you got 3.
Well, I
that are
don't really
super
count
affected.
Swablu because you just one-shot it regardless of what you're using, basically.
Well, I just count it as super effective because it is. But
Yeah.
I'd say your only worry really would be Altaria.
Yeah, Altaria is a
Well,
beast.
Maybe somehow it has Earthquake.
Yeah,
Jesus. I mean,
basically you
her
need an
Scummery's not
ice
that
move
good.
or a dragon type, which, well, you're not gonna have a dragon type, but
I'm just making the argument that Bug is way worse because you got 3 gyms that you have to fight that you're weak to, and you have nothing you can really do about
fire, flying,
it. Yeah,
and
fire.
what
I
else?
don't. Yeah, fire, rock, and flying. Those are your ones
Okay.
you should be scared of.
The
And it's
rock
like,
is gonna be a problem, but the other two I feel like it's late enough in the game to where you have a lot of options to do.
it's assuming you keep mud slap forever. You think you'd really mud slap everything to death? I guess if you had Chin Ninja, no, he'd get killed by a fire move. What am I thinking?
I mean, he's gonna go first.
Yeah, you'd
He's
have
the
a rough
fastest
time.
Pokemon in the game with that. He's the fastest Pokemon in this generation, with the exception of Deoxys.
You're talking about the other one. I'm talking about Shed Ninja.
Oh, I was talking about,
Ninjask.
yeah, Ninjas. Yeah,
What about
Shin
that?
Ninja is useless
What about that?
for those gyms. But
Wasn't there a bug in water type? Or is that
Surskit evolves into a flying bug type.
Yeah, it does. But is that in this gen?
Yes, you can catch it pretty early.
Okay,
Actually, you can catch it before the rock gym, I think.
You might be able to get Ice Beam on that. That might be helpful, and have a water move. That might be a good thing to pick up.
And it gets Intimidate.
Yeah, that might be something that would be useful to pick up over. I don't know.
I'd rather use that in a freaking Illuminous or whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
One.
Drop one of those losers. It's still definitely harder than Dark. Because Dark, you can cheese the fighting gym. I mean, yeah, they're not good, but they're still better than
the fighting
Bug
gym,
types.
but that's like the only thing you have. Dark types, with the exception of Sableye, are all shit. Because they're all high attacking, and none of them get attacking stab.
Yeah, that is rough, but I still think they're better than most.
Well,
bug
except for
types.
Sableye, actually. Sableye gets attack stab.
Ghost.
Yeah. Because grass is special, water is special, dark is special.
Who's the idiot who made all these dark types physical? Why isn't dark a physical type in this
Because it
generation?
came out with steel.
Yeah, so...
Steel is way more physical than dark would be, yeah? Also, I think dark is on that, it's on the mental spectrum, I guess.
I see why, but then why did they make, like, bite a dark move then?
Because biting is considered like an underhanded tactic in a fight. That's why.
I guess. I feel like poison would be a hard run though too.
No, because at least you get Tentacool and
I'm not saying it's harder than dark and poison or bug. I mean, I was just saying it would be hard.
I don't think it'd be that hard.
What about steel? I don't think you can get a steel type for a really long time. Oh no, you can get iron, but that's like after the first.
That's after the first gem, yeah.
Oh, I think that would be cheating. You can really run a steel one without cheating. At least fight all the gems with each type. What would be the best type to run? Water?
In this gen? Yeah, definitely water. You
Not
have
why
a
there's two
lot
of
of good
them.
water types to work with.
Is that why there's a gym leader and a champion water?
Yeah.
Just that good?
Now the real question is, how did Steven become the champion? When like everybody and their mother's a freaking water type master.
See, Sam, he's so good at beating them that's why he's the champion. Because if he can beat water types, he can beat anyone.
That's true. You really picked the wrong region to be champion in.
That's pretty much the only reason why he lost, Sam. Obviously, because it was water types.
I guess you could argue that with Cynthia
superior.
too. Cynthia's Garchomp, and she's in the most ice type heavy region.
Yeah, sure, but she has other Pokemon to deal with it. Plus, her
A
Garchomp has
lot
a
of
fire
hers are
move.
super affected by ice.
I can only think of two on top of my head.
She's got
Roserade and
Roserade, Togekiss, and Garchomp.
Oh yeah, Togekiss. Well, if you were Diamond and Pearl, she had the Slug instead of Togekiss. So,
Gastrodon's pretty good.
yeah. She had big Astrodon, but I like Togekiss better as a
Togekiss is a
champion
lot
Pokemon.
better on it with her.
Yeah, she is kind
Gastrodon's
of weak to
only
ice.
really good in double battles, and that's after Gen 4. Because before Gen 4, its Storm Drain is kind of shit ability.
Can't remember her whole team, but I know her Garchomp has Flamethrower.
She also has a
I
Spear
think.
Tomb.
Yeah, I remember Spiritomb. I don't know why, but
That's
that was
her
one of her
lead.
toughest Pokemon.
I
Just
think we're
always
missing
got
one.
big- You had 6, I thought.
Yeah, no, I named 5, didn't I?
I don't know.
Garchomp, Togekiss, Roserade, Spiritomb. Doesn't she have an Eevee?
In one region she does, but not in
Non-Platinum?
not Platinum.
Oh, yeah, in Diamond and Pearl she has a Glaceon.
Well, in Black and White 2, I think she uses a Glaceon in the extra battles.
Dude, they should
Yeah,
do that
she had a
again.
Lucario and a Milotic.
Oh! And a what?
And a Milotic.
Oh,
has
yeah, that's... She's
two
so
people
scary
that
because
can
she's just
bat
the ace of the previous champion. Which is Milotic.
Yeah. I was just looking at it.
I
Yeah,
don't
and
think it's a tough customer.
first time you fight her, her lowest Pokemon is level 58 and her highest is 62.
That's so high, dude.
And then the second time you fight her, her lowest is 74 and her highest is 78. Yeah, this is why Platinum was hard. Just her.
I don't think her Elite Four is like slouching either.
No. In Platinum, no, but I'd say it's kind of weird in Diamond and Pearl because Flint is just weird.
There's a lot of weird stuff in Diamond and Pearl, which is why it sucks.
Yeah, Platinum is just way better.
Like, it's really funny how little they really changed, but the Platinum is just like so much better than Diamond and Pearl.
They just added a couple
Just
more
added
Pokemon.
yeah, they added a few Pokemon.
Made the teams better for the Elite Four.
Yeah.
And then made them
And
higher level.
the gyms too. A lot of the gym leaders have some questionable setups.
Yeah, what's the electric Volkner? Yeah, he had
He has an Octillery.
He had an Octillery. That was so stupid.
Yeah, that really extremes electric fucking guy.
That's worse, I think, than having a Steelix on a fire team.
I agree, because at least the Steelix has, like, Sunny Day, has something to do with, like, the theme.
I mean, you can kind of think that fire and steel kind of go mesh together, but electric and water, weird. Just more weird.
He's just like he has, like, I think 2 electric types, and then 2 not electric types, if I'm remembering correctly. And it's like, at that point, you're not an electric gym leader, you're just, like, a gym leader that doesn't have a type.
You're just more like a gym leader who likes electric types, but just can't find enough in this region. That's Flint.
It's really bad,
as well.
too, because in the anime, his ace is Electivire, but he doesn't have that in Diamond and Pearl, because that's a post-game Pokemon.
Yeah, Electivire is definitely more intimidating than an Electabuzz.
I don't even know if he has an Electabuzz.
I don't even know if he did. I don't remember ever. I don't think I ever played Diamond and Pearl, so
I never did either.
I only played Platinum in that region or that time.
So what are your thoughts on Scarlet and Violet?
I don't know. I don't know. There's nothing that I hate so much other than the weird lizard guys, because I don't know. It's the non-robot one. It just looks way worse than the robot one, because he's got like wheels, but they don't. He doesn't use them. And the robot one kind of makes sense that you'd have wheels to move faster because he's a robot. But why would an animal have wheels? That makes no sense. You'll not use them and run on all fours and just
Or
have
also
wheels.
making fun that they're dragon types.
That kind of makes sense, but
Well, everyone's like, it's so overdone at this point. I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird that there's been a main legendary dragon type for every game since 3rd gen.
yeah. They did that with flying though prior, like in Johto and Anta, they had way too many flying legendaries.
Well, yeah.
I'd say it was kind of overdone after like probably after Black and White. It was like, okay, I kind of had enough now, no more.
I
And then they added
guess
Zygarde, and Zygarde's like isn't much of a staple for the.
Zygarde is, the Cells one, right?
Yeah, he's
He's
the
grounded
green
dragon?
snake. Yeah, he's worse Garchomp until you give him in his 100% form or whatever. Then he's better, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his 100% form is really beefy, yeah?
I can't say I really like Zygarde that much.
I like him okay. The problem is we
never
didn't
really
get a
cared
Z
for him.
or an X and Y too, so he never really did anything.
Yeah, but
It's kinda
Omega
like,
being Apple Sapphire is better, so.
He's
Okay.
kind of like Kyrim. If Kyrim and Necrozma the same way, if they didn't get, if there wasn't another game afterwards, it was just like, it's just a random legendary you find post game.
Yeah, I like Kyurem and the newer one, the two.
I like
Black
regular
White.
Kyurem a lot, but
I do
obviously
too,
I'm
but he
incorrect.
sucks.
I think fusing Pokemon is stupid. That's just my opinion.
I thought it worked based on the lore that they provided before.
I didn't like it, but I could see why it made sense during there. But like with Necrozma, I'm just like, really? Again?
Necrozma was kind of goofy, but also at the same time, I thought it was really cool for no reason. It was kind of dumb, but cool at the same time.
I never really cared for it.
I like the Z form when, you know what I'm talking about, where it turns into a super huge dragon thing. That was cool. The other ones
one
are
of the
just
toughest
alright.
legendary fights in the game, actually. Yeah.
That's actually one of the
All
hardest
the
fights in
games.
general. Yeah, I think when I beat it, I had a Metagross or something, and he was just the only one that could live from being attacked because he resisted.
Yeah, I remember I was like, it's either you catch it or it wipes your team, basically.
I think I just smoked it so I could catch it with a good nature later on. But yeah, it's the second time you fight him, he's just his normal Necrozma form, which is kind of weak and lame. Because I didn't care for Necrozma until he got the Super Dragon form. I thought it looked really cool. I can see why people would say the fusion's kind of lame, because I don't like the fusion with just the basic one without turning him into Z form.
Yeah.
But it's not such a mechanic that it's an annoying mechanic to me. It's not like a bunch of Pokemon can do it.
I mean, yeah,
So,
it's exclusive to legendaries, but
And very slim pickings on that too. Not many.
uh,
That doesn't really bother me that much. That's something I really thought about.
Tentacool is taking forever to level up. Probably because he only knows Poison, Sting, and Constrict.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. At least you got these Minum throwing, doing Helping Hand.
Well, they don't... No, I think all they know is Helping Hand and Quick Attack and Growl.
I don't even know why you would have Helping Hand on a run through Emerald. Because you don't have that many double battles.
You don't use Helping Hand on a run. There's almost... In every game, even Emerald, where double battles are like kind of a big deal, most battles are single. There's like one important double battle.
Yeah, I can only think of one gym, and it's actually one of the coolest, or most interesting, at least, gym battles.
Cool and really difficult in Emerald.
Yeah, it was kind of easy.
Kind of make it weak sauce in every other version.
I think they were the hardest gym for me to beat. Even better, the water guy.
Unless you're playing Emerald, they're kind of easy.
Yeah, and Emerald, they're the hardest for me to beat.
That's one thing people don't like about Alpha Sapphire and Omega Ruby, is it brought it back to the bitch-ass teams.
Yeah, I hate that too. I believe I played Emerald before, but I might not have.
It's like my one complaint with that game. That, and it's like impossible to get a Ditto.
Yeah, that's a little too difficult. I still think it's the closest to a perfect Pokemon game you're probably gonna get, though. Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire.
A lot of people don't like that they brought HMs back. And I was like, yeah, HMs never bothered me. The only games that they bothered me in were 4th gen because there's just too many of them.
Yeah, I had them on almost all of them on one of my Pokemon.
Gen 5 is Defog, right?
Defog really isn't a TM, is it?
Yeah, it's an
I guess it is.
Because you need no, yeah. I don't think it's 5th gen. It's just 4th gen, I think.
It is just 4th. I think you can use it in another area, but it's not a necessary thing. It's only used in one spot, so defog really isn't that useful. I mean, it's better than Flash.
Flash is easily the worst.
Yeah, Flash is
has
a bad
no
move.
Fucking like in combat use, basically.
Yeah, you might as well just have Sand Attack at that point. It does the same thing. I do agree though that there's too many HMs in Platinum, Diamond, Pearl. This is Rock Climb as well. Rock Climb is just strength, but you know, with a different label.
It is exactly the same. They made it no different at all. Like, y'all are really
have made it weaker or stronger. Should have been either weaker or stronger. I think it should have been stronger because you get it later, but
I think it should have been weaker but had an effect.
Something along those lines.
Cause I know it was the same because I had them both on my Machamp because I needed it. You need Rock Climb to fight Red, and I'm not giving up a slot in my team.
Yeah, I think I had it on my Garchomp, but I'm not sure because I had Strength on Luxray.
I know you had Rock Climb on your Garchomp, but I definitely remember that.
I got rid of it, I remember, later on because I didn't need him to know it anymore, and I just gave him Flamethrower or something goofy like that.
Cynthia strategy. If I made a dumb team on Showdown, and it's a Sandstorm Hail team.
That makes no sense. Do you only have Ice and Ground type combos, which I can't think of any?
First off, you're an idiot if you can't think of any,
Ice and Ground on top of my head? Like,
yeah.
There's a Ground type and an Ice type?
Yeah. Mamoswine?
Oh, Mamoswine.
Also, Alolan Sandshrew works, but I didn't use that. I
That's
had
the only
Mammal
thing that popped
Swine.
in my head was a little Sandshrew that could work.
I had Mega Bomba Snow, Mammal Swine.
Why would you make a wombo combo like that anyways?
Just because it's annoying. And I was also playing in UU, so there's no Tyranitar.
Shut up with that Pupitar.
Well, no, because Tyranitar is the only one with the Sandstorm ability.
No, there is Hippowdon.
Out of his line, Max.
Sam,
I
didn't
said
you
I
know
had Hippowdon on the team,
the
so
Hippowdon
obviously I
evolved
know
from
Hippowdon
Dark?
has it. Speaking of which, I ran into somebody who used a Hippowdon with the other ability.
What was the other ability? I don't even know.
It's the one that makes you stronger in a sandstorm. It's one of those. I don't remember which one exactly.
Oh, that was it's like a Sand Force or something.
Yeah.
That actually isn't terrible. It's just
Yeah,
better
and
just
he
to have
just
Sandstorm straight
rolled.
up,
He
I
threw
feel
it
like.
out, and just the first turn he sandstorm. I was like, why? I
That'd
was
be
like,
good,
that's the ability you throw on it if you have like a Tyranitar already. Like maybe.
Yeah, you should
Or
combo
if
that
you-
with like
Or if you
two
really don't
Hippowdon.
want Sandstorm and yet you still want to use Hippowdon for some reason.
I think you should have two Hippowdons, one male, one female, because they have different
You can't
colorations, so you can tell them apart.
Pokemon. What?
I know you can't, but if you could, this is what you do. One of them have the Sandstorm. One of them have the ability that gets enhanced by the Sandstorm, right?
Yeah.
And then you just have that one have a bunch of attack moves, and you have the other one be like a wall stall kind of thing.
I kind of did that with my Gyarados that I bred, because I have the shiny one that's one way, and I have a regular one that's the other.
Is it Gyarados or is it Gyarados?
It's Gyarados, probably. I think
Probably
most
just-
Pokemon names are pluralized already.
I'm just thinking in my head about the if that's how true that is or not.
I just
I
got
feel like-
paralyzed 3 times in a row. Will you stop?
Get rolled. What can I say? He's just better than you, built different. That does suck once you like what if you train up your level, your Pokemon to like almost like one level before, and he just dies to a wild Pokemon, and you're just like, I spent all the effort just to lose him.
Oh no, these guys are the same. Oh, one's... That's cool. My... Red Gyarados is a female.
Yeah. I think in the anime it's a male though.
Well, that Red Gyarados is one that I just happened to get through breeding.
Oh really?
Yeah, because I was breeding 6IV hidden ability Magikarps, and I already got the shiny charm in Alola.
Yeah, I did too.
I think that one only had
Well,
5 IVs or 4, and I only needed to boost 1. So... Jesus Christ. He's used Growl on me so many times. Ha!
No.
Fucking cheating, dude. No way you would have known that.
Sam, are you questioning the power of the Minum?
Yes. Hacks
He's
and
so
glitches.
powerful,
It uses
Sam.
one useful move.
Why do you
The
think the
second I
electric gym
switch
leader
in.
doesn't use him, Sam? Why do you think the electric gym leader doesn't use him? Because he's too strong. No one would be able to beat him.
No, they're not. I honestly, I think the AI with them is broken because anytime you get into a double battle with them, they'll use Thunder Wave if someone's faster than them, and then they just spam
Helping hands.
helping hands.
Yeah, I remember
Like that's
that.
the only reason that they're like I beat them earlier, just because they were just hard throwing.
Isn't that part of the fun, Sam?
Oh.
With Minum and Possum, you can just throw.
They're also like annoyingly bulky for some reason at low levels.
They don't evolve, that's why.
Yeah, but it's not like they're good
Like
later
Nose
on.
Pass.
Freaking suck.
Like- That's why Nose Pass is so strong.
Nose Pass sucks though.
He's strong at low levels because nothing's fully evolved at that level other than terrible bug types.
That's true.
But you put him in like level
Probo
30
Pass is pretty
and he's
good,
garbage.
though. I like Probo Pass a lot.
Robo Pass is fine. I was just talking about Nose Pass because in this region he's garbage. He's a good low level threat, but
Like Miltank.
yeah, Miltank is even worse because
Miltank
Miltank
is
actually has
probably
fat.
strong. Jeez.
Can you not find Plusles here?
I don't think so. You might be able to, but I think they're really rare if you can. I think
Is
you
it
can
like-
catch them here. There's really rare.
Is it in Ruby and Sapphire you can only get one or the
I
other,
think
or is
so.
it? I think I like Plusles better just because I like the color red better. That's
I
the
think
only reason.
Minum is the better one.
I'm pretty sure it is. I think Plusle's defensive and then Minum is offensive.
No,
Just better
Minum
when
is
you have
actually.
those
I'm pretty
stats.
sure Minum is bulkier.
Is it?
Yeah.
Maybe it is.
I mean, they both have garbage stats, so
yeah, they're still worse than a Pikachu.
yeah.
And they don't
I
even
mean,
evolve.
name. There's maybe. I guess okay, that's not true. There's probably 2 Pikachu knockoffs that are good. There's Mimikyu, which is obviously the best one. And then there's
That's hard to even say it's a knockoff. It's more like a parody of a knockoff.
Okay, well if you don't count that one, then it's probably the steel one that the electric guy has.
Togedemaru.
Yeah, Togedemaru.
And I'm pretty sure Pachirisu is really good.
No, Pachirisu is bad. Just because it won Worlds doesn't mean it's good, Max.
I mean, for a clone,
No,
Pikachu
it's really bad.
it's not that bad.
Yes, it is. The only reason it was in Worlds is because it can use Helping Hand.
It's a little bulky.
It is not.
It is.
No, it's trash. Everyone hates it except for that one guy who won Worlds with it. And it's freaking bad.
I'm not arguing that Raichu isn't better, because Raichu obviously is better, but when you compare it to the Pokemon Pikachu clones, that's not that
That's the
bad.
worst one.
It is not the worst one. Plus and minus are way
No,
worse.
Pulsar might at least have like a fun gimmick. And
They're
have
fun
like good
gimmicks, they're still
design.
worse Pokemon. Still worse Pokemon when it comes to competitively.
I don't know. That's pretty debatable.
Okay, I'll have to pull up the stats for you then.
Yes,
See if you
please.
change your mind.
Change your own fucking mind.
Oh, hey, maybe I will. But I'm pretty sure it's deceptively bulky for,
No, I'm
What kind
pretty
of
sure all its
Pokemon
stats are just like 0.
I wish, but no. Let's see. All right, its HP isn't really that good. So it's
Oh,
60.
shocker, huh?
Attack is only 45. Did I pick on the right Pokemon? Just making sure. Okay, yeah, I did. Defense is 70. Special attack is 45. Special defense is 90. Speed is 95.
So
Not
it
terrible.
has okay defense and okay speed and nothing else.
But Sam, it's also got Nuzzle and Hyper Fang.
I don't give a fuck. And
Okay,
no,
I'm
it
just
doesn't. Not in fucking Gen 4. It has
well,
Hyper Fang, I know, but it definitely doesn't have Nuzzle. Nuzzle's like
no,
a
it
Gen
has
6
the
one.
it has the other one because it owns both. The shock, the one you get paralyzed by, whatever it's called.
Thunderwave?
Thunderwave, yeah.
Everybody has Thunderwave. Thunderwave is like a TM.
Let's see. So Minum has special attack and special defense, I think, and I think Plusle has the opposite, maybe. Let's see. Okay, no, Plusle has more special attack, but Minum has more special defense. They just swap, and that's the only difference. So, 85 special attack for Plusle, 75 defense, and then Minum would have been 75 special attack and 85 defense. But they have 95 speed, so it's not terrible. But you have 40 defense, I think, on okay, no, their attack stats, which are the defense stats. See, I don't see why we'd use Minum. Because Minum just has less attack stats. There's a slightly more bulk, but the bulk isn't good enough to justify using a Minum, I feel like. I don't know, maybe there is a reason to use it, but I don't know what that is.
I think it has to do with them both being in fucking super low tier.
Maybe. I don't know. I think if I was doing a run through Emerald or whatever, I would use a plus over a Minum.
Okay. I mean, obviously you would use neither, because you can catch Pikachu, Magnemite, and Voltorb, and Manectric.
If I had to choose, right, I would choose Plusle.
Alright, that's fine.
I also like Plusle's design better.
I like Minum's design better.
I'm sure most people agree with you, though.
No, I'm pretty sure most people probably agree with you. People like
I just like the color
more.
red better, that's the only difference.
I like blue better, so there you go.
Unless you really like the plus sign more than you like the minus sign over
Yeah.
colors.
Well, I'm also, negative, cup half empty, so it really matches my personality.
I think most people are, but that has nothing to do. I don't think that has anything to do with people
You
saying
need to
they
make a
like better.
meme and it's just, cup half empty, cup half full people, and it's just Puzzle and Minum.
Well, I'm just saying, it's probably 9 minals to every Plusle.
Just like it is in the game. Actually, I'm gonna look up,
What?
the route here.
Do you think Plusle thinks it's half cup empty, or just there's not even a thing in the cup for Minum? It's just so
Well,
negative.
Lore-wise, they're both, like, really happy, upbeat Pokemon.
Yeah, in the anime at least they were. There was upbeat, but I
Even
feel
in
like
the
that
game,
really
it's like that.
they could have really made it
Okay,
more
you can catch
interesting
them
like
both in both games, but in Sapphire, Plusle is more common, but in the other two, it's really rare. So, Plusle in Ruby and Emerald has a 2% encounter rate.
this. Yeah, I told you, Sam. There's more negative in the world.
It's true.
I was right.
Apparently Emerald, you can't catch Zigzagoon on this route. Oh no. You can only catch
That's
Poochyena.
unfortunate, man. You can't have your 10th Zigzagoon.
Zigzagoon is really good. My
mean, as an agent
Zigzagoon
play,
claps
probably.
cheeks, dude.
I'm sure he does, but I feel like he's gonna fall down.
Nah,
really
because
quickly at
he's
one point.
fast. And he gets some decent moves. Like, man, I can teach him surf moves. Surf.
Yeah, like the guy from Pokemon XD.
No, there's a guy in this
This-
game. One of the guys on the beach has a Zigzagoon that uses surf. What?
The guy has a Lanoon that uses Surf. And he hurts his own Pokemon, I think. He's kind of dumb.
Who's the
Yeah,
guy
it's
that
always
has
Double
the double Slakings with Hyper Beam? Freaking terrifying.
Oh, did he give you your phone number forcibly?
Yeah, if there's one thing that is bad in this game, is the fucking phone calls.
Kellen, 100 gold, soul silver. I don't know if it's in the originals. You can just say no. I don't want to call.
I
You
don't
your
think
phone
they
number,
have the
whatever.
phone thing in the originals.
Yeah, they do. That's the only reason why. I think that's the only way you can fight like gym leaders again is you get their phone number.
Because it's not in Ruby and Sapphire, the match call thing.
Oh, I don't know about it in Ruby and Sapphire. I don't think it was. I don't remember ever
I
having.
don't think you can rematch gym leaders in Gen 2.
You can Heart of Gold, Soul of Silver.
Yeah, I
that's all I'm
know
saying.
that. That's what I was saying, the originals, as in not Heart of Gold and Soul Silver.
I never played those, so
Heart of Gold and Soul Silver?
no. The originals.
I mean, why would you when you have Heart of Gold and Soul Silver?
It's probably easier to glitch.
I
If you like
guess.
glitching
I
like
mean, that's the
this.
only reason people play Gen 1. So, like, why would you play original when you can play Fire Red and Leaf Green?
Maybe somebody just likes the ugly sprites.
Well, I know there are people who like breaking the game. That's a little different, right? But unless you're doing that, play Fire Red and Leaf Green. Come on, man.
Yeah. Like I said, maybe people just prefer the ugly sprites.
I don't know. There's a few Gen 2 sprites I like a lot. I really like the evil Vileplume sprite.
Yeah. He had like a skull or something on him. Maybe I'm wrong, but
No, it has its hat down and it's got like and its face is in the shadow. It looks super scary, like super menacing.
I bet it had something weird on it that was not normally on it, and it was just on a certain version of the game.
No,
Is that?
it is.
Well,
It is only in one of the versions that it's like super evil looking.
I think it's blue because
No, it's
blue
Gen
is
2.
the one with.
It's a Gen
Oh, it's
2
Gen 2?
sprite.
Oh, well, blue has all the weird designs, if I remember correctly, because
Yeah, because those are
Coffee,
the
you know,
quote updated designs.
yeah, Caffeine, you know his X and skull? It's on his forehead. In
Yeah.
Blue. They look so dumb.
Apparently, they gave Mr. Mime more fingers, and they gave was it Zapdos more toes after the original.
Doesn't Mr. Mime have 5 fingers in
He
each
has
hand?
5, but not in the original games. I think in the original he has 4.
Oh. Weird. How many did Zapdos have? I thought he had 4.
He has 4 now, but originally he had 3. He was the only one of the the birds that was like that. I watched a video
they
about
just-
it.
So they updated him and gave him that the back toe. What you
I
call
don't
it?
know which one they added.
Maybe not. Maybe they added one in the front. I can see how you could have 3 toes and not add one in the front and only have 2. Like, I'm pretty sure he has 3 in the front, 1 in the back with his foot now. At least that's the only time I ever remember seeing him. He's got the eagle foot or something. You know, the one where you swoop down and catch something.
Yeah.
Maybe he always did, but I don't know. I don't remember seeing Zapdos.
I mean, it was
sprite
like
in the original.
Gen 3 that they changed the sprites, so...
Well, see, I only remember seeing Zapdos from Gen 3 and above, so...
yeah, because we were a little young. Yeah? Because when
Yeah.
did Gen 2 come out? Like 98? 99?
Before I was born, probably. I don't know.
I know it was before you were born.
It's either the same... I don't know, let me check.
Can you believe Gen 2 was supposed to be the last Pokemon game?
That seems kind of crazy.
Yeah, they were gonna
How?
end it. I was like, how? Not only is it super popular, it's also the worst gen. Like, what the heck?
Debatably, I still think Gallery is the worst one.
Oh,
Or it's called
okay.
Galerin, the newest one. Well, I guess now it's the second newest one.
Well, Scarlet and Violet isn't out yet, so... What do you think about the, terrestrial form? Whatever it's called? The terraforms?
I don't remember. Okay, came out in 2000, so I am older than
By like
Gold and Silver.
a few months.
October 15th, 2000.
It's almost a whole year then.
Yeah, pretty close.
Alright, can I not run into this guy? Because I'm pretty sure they have Spark. And that'll just kill all my guys.
Yeah, I only remember when Emerald and stuff was out. Maybe-
Emerald came out in 2005.
2004. I think it's 2004.
Pretty sure 2005.
I don't think I remember Sapphire and Ruby, but I do remember.
I don't remember Sapphire and Ruby either. I remember people had it
Maybe
after I
Emerald.
got Emerald.
Okay, Emerald is 2005, so I'm thinking about.
Yeah, because I think Emerald and Fire Red and Leaf Green came out like at the beginning of that year, and then Emerald came out later. I think.
I don't
maybe-
remember when Fire Emblem came out, but I just
It's
remember.
Ruby,
the-
Sapphire, Fire Red, Leaf Green, then Emerald. I know that.
I remember Emerald being relatively new, and I remember Diamond and Pearl being the new thing because the S's came out, and then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, playing Diamond and Pearl."
I never really got to
then-
play Platinum that much.
Well, maybe you should have a run through it. Don't
I
play
mean,
Diamond and Pearl.
I've beaten it. I've had like 2 playthroughs through it where I beat it, but
I can't remember there being a lot of after game content.
there is.
think-
It has like a battle area, like Emerald does.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did it though.
It's
think it was
really
just too
freaking
bad at the
fun.
game. Yeah, I think it was too bad at the game to do it.
Well, it's not even that. Like, even if you know a lot, like, it's still really hard because you can't really. There's not a lot of stat manipulation you can do.
I just know in Emerald, somebody has a shiny Espeon.
Yeah,
That's the only thing I
That's
remember.
in
in
that battle tower.
the Battle
yeah.
Tower, yeah, that's the only one I remember.
Yeah, but that's
That
not
was-
what I'm talking about. I'm
was
talking about the
different.
Battle Frontier. A lot of people say that Battle Frontier and Emerald's one of the hardest things to do in Pokemon.
I've heard that too, but I've heard that the beating the 100 people in Pokemon XD was the hardest thing. But I've done that, so I would argue that.
I remember I couldn't get
Go
past like the
harder.
third guy. Well, that's probably because I was like dumb and didn't know any
Bad.
strats.
Yeah.
I never really played that game as an adult, so.
I don't think I played it since I was in high school, but
That's not true. When did the brick break incident happen?
or maybe that was earlier than I thought. I don't know.
That was.
I thought I was in high school.
That was
when
not that
happened.
long ago. That was like 2 years ago, maybe.
Dang.
Should do a run through of that game. I like it. I don't know. You can't really do a Nuzlocke in that, but. I think it'd be cool.
Probably. Debatably one of the best Pokemon games. In my opinion.
And you can do Gay Attract in it, so,
You can?
yeah, remember you can even attract Magnemite in that game.
Is that where I remember doing that? 'Cause I remember
Yeah.
doing that and I tried it in a different game and it didn't work.
Yeah, it only works in those because it's made by a third party company.
Oh. Dang. I just remember the last guy super difficult.
I don't remember him being that hard.
It's kind of difficult because he had Latias and Latios, and
Jesus.
they were really good Pokemon at the time. I'd say the biggest issue with Pokemon XD is your lack of Pokemon choice.
That is a big problem. A lot of people talk about it, and it's like without importing Pokemon over, it's really hard to beat the guy, the 100 battle thing.
I didn't import any Pokemon over. I used my starting team.
I try it, I don't know. I'm like, okay, so you have your Eevee, and assuming you picked not Flareon, it's probably pretty good, right?
I think Umbreon is kind of difficult to use in that region.
Umbreon's pretty bulky, though.
It's bulky, but it's not like a lot of TMs you can really give them. It's like Toxic, you can think of. It's just not as good as a choice as the other ones. You probably might have some difficulty because I ran
it's
through
better than
Umbreon before.
Flareon.
Better than Flareon, I will give you that.
Flareon
But
has
not
a
much.
stupid amount of attack.
I don't see why they just didn't give them.
Why did they
Special
just
attack.
throw with Flareon? They're all good, and they just threw with Flareon for no reason.
Yeah, if Flareon had special attack instead of physical attack, it'd still work. So Espeon probably wouldn't work that much now, though. Because they're trying to do like
screens, doesn't it?
maybe, I don't remember. I never used it on my Pokemon if it does.
I always used Flareon, obviously, because it's pretty much the best one.
I still think Espeon and
I mean,
uh,
no hidden
whatever the other one
abilities,
is,
I feel like
Sylveon's
Flareon's easily the best. With hidden abilities, I
I
could
wouldn't
see
say
you
easily, but
arguing,
maybe.
arguing Espeon because it gets
Magic Bounce.
yeah, Magic Bounce. It's like me or something.
I think Vaporeon's hidden ability is worse than its main ability.
Yeah.
Hydration, I think, is what it is.
Oh yeah, it heals status.
And
and-
rain.
Is it in the rain or just when it gets
Yeah,
hit
it
by a
has-
water move?
It's in the rain. You have to have rain dance. So it's kind of really niche. 'Cause not only do you have to be status affected, but you have to have rain up. Where Synchronize is just a better version of it. Or not really a version of it, but you know, better than that. So that's Espeon and Umbreon's base ability.
Yeah, Water Absorb's easier to use because you just double team Surf.
The whole team serves pretty good. Yeah, you could argue that maybe Vaporeon might be the best pick in that game. But I still think Espeon was just more fun for me. The only problem with the EVs though is they don't have very much variety in moves.
I mean, you could argue, but since it's a double battle game, it does get Helping Hand, which is kind of super good in a game that's like exclusively double battles almost.
Yeah. There's like maybe one. I think there's a single battle in the game. You only have an EV, but as soon as you get a second Pokemon,
I think
it's
there's
double battle.
there's one or two of the tournaments that are single battles, but they're pretty early on.
Yeah.
Oops. Oh, dude, why does it always do this to me? It makes me waste like 3 turns right before I kill it.
You know what I don't like about the new Pokemon games?
Besides they suck.
Well, something that maybe might be exclusive to me. The starters. They're just so imbalanced on which ones you pick.
It's
You see
kind
them
of
and you're
always
just
been like
I'm gonna
that.
pick that one because the other rest of them are ugly.
Are you talking about like looks?
Just in general, it's just like everybody
In
knows.
looks,
Scorbunny
I
is
would
the best.
say that only started in. That's only like a Sword and Shield thing, really.
I think in the new ones, the same way. It's Violet Scarlet. Like
Violet
duck
Scarlet, I think
kinda-
they're all pretty unique looking. I mean, I can't speak for the final evolutions, obviously. I don't work at the Game Freak, but
I don't think anyone's ever gonna pick that duck but you.
no,
And the crocodile guy kind of looks like not as
I
good
already know
Totodile.
people who want the Quacker guy.
Oh, okay. Well, I just think the grass cat
The
thing
grass
is
one is
overwhelmingly
probably gonna be. I think I agree with you. It's probably gonna be grass cat and the fire one neck and neck, just because it's a fire type. And
I don't
then
think so. I think the grass type is just gonna blow the rest of them out of the water, and then no one really wants to pick the
I
duck.
would probably agree with you if it wasn't grass.
I think a lot of people pick grass because I think most people pick off of which one looks the best design to me when you're picking your starter. So I think most people are gonna pick
That's
grass.
not true. A lot of people are biased towards fire types.
Yeah.
It's fire type. So usually
actually
the
don't
fire
have
type
that
is the
bias.
most popular. It's pretty few exceptions to that. Greninja being one of them.
I think in X and Y the fire type was like the least picked.
Yeah, that's because it had freaking Greninja.
And
Greninja
Emboar
was
was
like
also the least picked.
90% usage, and
No,
everybody else
actually,
is like 0.
Actually, I don't think Emboar is the least picked. I think Samurott was the least picked.
Samurott,
Maybe.
the,
It's either Emboar or Samurott. I can't remember if it was actually Emboar. I just know a lot of people don't like Emboar.
Embor's pretty cool. I really like Embor, but that's because I have a bias towards freaking fat defensive Pokemon, even if they're not like a good type for it.
I like Emboar too, but he's kind of poo-poo. I think most people picked the Owl in Sun and Moon.
A lot of people picked the Owl, but I don't think it was the most popular. Actually, Alola, they were all pretty close. I'm pretty sure the water was the least favorite, though, just because it was...
Even though it's like my favorite in that region.
It's
I don't
my
think it was
favorite in
start
that
off with
region,
it.
too, but I can understand, because if you have, like, a really lady-looking Pokemon where they're almost all guys, that's pretty annoying.
Yeah, I can see that, but whatever. I like it.
I like it,
I like
too.
Popplio. Popplio's cool.
Really creepy like this.
I'm just saying that you could clearly tell which ones are the ones that they tried the hardest on, in my opinion. My opinion, it just looks like they tried the hardest on the grass cat, and then they just
I don't
phoned it
think
in
they
with the rest
did.
of
It's a
them.
cat that is Leaf. It's
Yeah.
like it's a very basic. I mean, it's not a bad design. It's just very basic. The other ones have a lot more going on for them. Like, if I put a cat in the game and paint it green, that's not like a crazy, super hard design to make.
Fair enough, but they obviously made it the cute one that everyone's gonna pick. But it reminds me of Lenton. So is the final, like, you know how Lenton's like, you know, kind of.
Oh,
You
dude,
know,
imagine
like,
if it's exactly
yeah,
like Incineroar.
That's what I was gonna say.
That'd be so funny. Everyone would be fucking pissed. I hope that happens. I hope that happens so bad, so everyone would be freaking mad.
Yeah, me too.
I'll be like, I picked a duck. Suck my ass.
Basically, what happened to me when I picked the water lizard from Sword and Shield. It's like, I kind of like the first stage of its design, and the other two are just like.
To be fair, all the starters are kind of garbage.
Those are definitely the worst trio. 100% agree
I mean,
with that.
you have Donkey Kong, who's the best, and then you have
Donkey
the
Kong's
dumb rabbit, who's
Score
like
Bunny.
okay, and then you have Drizzile. Or Drizzile's really bad, but Inteleon's like 5 out of 10 as well.
Drizzle is probably the ugliest looking
Drizzile
Pokemon
is
ever.
easily the ugliest starter ever.
He's the ugliest starter, period. The only thing you can maybe debate is uglier than the middle form Drizzle is the middle form of Chestnut, which that one's pretty ugly.
Well,
I still think Drizzle's way
that
worse.
one's like ugly, it's just kind of like goofy.
Derpy?
At least it's like kind of funny. But with
Yeah,
Drizzile,
well, Drizzle
like,
just looks like
freaking
that kid that's
garbage.
quiet.
It's so bad they basically wrote it out of the story in Pokemon Journeys.
You know, sometimes you just gotta do something.
It's one of Go's main Pokemon. It evolves into Drizzile, fucking hibernates until it evolves into Inteleon, basically.
That's probably the best strat you can do. Drizzle is one of the worst Pokemon designs. I think I'd rather have 10 Voltorbs over one Drizzle ever again. I'd rather have lazy designs than ugly designs.
Well, see, that's why when Drizzile sucks, because it's both. It's lazy and ugly.
Make it worse. It's just a quiet kid in the corner.
I know that's what they were going for, but it looks so bad.
It does. It's like that awkward phase that some people had. Unfortunate.
Yeah. I don't understand the hate for the human-like Pokemon most of the time.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty weird that people hate like Throw and Sock and Hitmonlee.
I mean, I can understand people.
Hitmonchan.
I can understand why people hate Throw because he's just worse Sock. And
Yeah, but I'm talking about design.
Design wise, yeah, I understand.
Also, I would say Throw's better in double battles than Sock.
It's not like they're like overly human features or something. They're not like a bunch of hypno faces or something. Like I hate Mr. Mime, but that has most to do with him being a clown. Than,
I think Mr. Mime is kind of fun, honestly.
I do not like Mr. Mime.
I mean, if it wasn't for the anime, I probably wouldn't care for him, but his anime depiction is pretty funny, yeah?
I liked him in the movie Detective Pikachu. And that's because they actually made a funny play off of him being a mime.
Yeah.
But that's about it. Even though he's a clown, not a mime.
I really liked him in the fight that Ash used him in Pokemon Journeys pretty early on. I think that was pretty fun. It was fun because it really showed off that Ash could pretty much roll with almost any Pokemon and just trounce people with it.
Yeah. I don't know. I just don't like Mr. Mime. He does have a fun ability, Technician, though.
Oh
If
yeah,
you want to use Confusion, it's actually pretty good on him. It might be better than Psychic, but I'm not sure if you have that ability.
was it you or I who made the technician build? I think it was me.
I thought it was me, but...
I think the reason I think I made it was because it was really fucking bad, and I like doing stuff like that.
Yeah, I do
Pretty
too.
sure I made it, and you were like, "That's so terrible." I was like, "I know, right?" Hilarious.
I say that about all of your teams, though.
That's because you're a jerk.
Hey, that's not necessarily true. All of your bad teams. Like, oh, that's terrible. Doesn't mean I don't like it, though.
I don't know, I think my best bad team is probably the Mermaid Man and Barnacle Boy team.
Yeah.
The only one I
good.
feel like is like a hard throw is Captain Magma, because Camera Up is just like bad. He gets one shot by so many things, even though he's a defensive Mega Evolution. Like Earthquake kills him, Water moves kill him. I mean, I guess that's not really fair, because if it's not one of those things, he double resists it most of the time.
He destroys anything that's basically not a water type, so...
And I guess he's ground, so he's pretty useful to switch into. You still have Rotoms and you.
He has two of the most best offensive types in the game, ground and fire. So, he has good typing if he was fast and hit hard. But since he's not a sweeper and he's a defensive Pokemon, he's bad.
Could you imagine a ground... There's no ground fire type that's like a speed demon, is it?
Not that I know of.
Is there any other ground fire types?
I can only think of rock and fire types.
Macargo?
There might be, but I don't know. I can't think of any.
Maybe a Shell Smash Macargo? There we go.
Yeah, Turbo. We know.
It's still bad. You still get outsped like a lot of the time. So terrible.
You gotta have Timid, I think, and then you Shell Smash. He hits like a truck, though. You
Not
get
really.
the,
I guess in UU or RU, whatever he's in, he's decent.
I think what I did is I gave him the herb. It gets rid of lowered stats.
Yeah.
You Shell Smash, so you don't lose your defenses, and then you Shell Smash again, and that's when you can start
I'm pretty
running.
sure that's what I did too.
It's just really hard to pull off.
I mean, I use Focus Sash on Barnacle Boy, but that's just because he gets snapped in half by almost anything.
Yeah, you only really need one Shell Smash anyways for him, because he's decently fast and he decently hits hard. Yeah, but Turbo is really rough. If I remember correctly, Macargos has like a 20 speed. So if you don't have 4 stages, at least, you're not gonna outrun in most things. And he still can get outrun by the fastest Pokemon.
Even in like bad tiers.
Yeah. I think it's still harder to do the One Punch Man strat I came up with Poliwrath.
If you're gonna say you came up with the One Punch Man strat, you didn't, because that's Chuck.
Okay, well, I didn't come up with it, but I used it. I tried to use it. Well, I made a better version of it, or a more goofy version, with Substitute, Bulk Up, Focus Punch, and I had another move. I can't quite remember what it was.
Hypnosis?
Yeah, I think it was Hypnosis.
That's what Chuck does.
And I gave him leftovers, so I think I just gave him Substitute and Bulk Up as the other moves, so he can only focus punch people. I almost beat one person with it, but like just only Poliwrath. But I lost. The Poliwrath died, so I used somebody else to kill the last Pokemon. But he said he really liked it. It was funny. The problem is you have to use Hypnosis first. It's gotta hit, or at least have a good chance of hitting. You gotta substitute bulk up like twice, a couple of times. And you gotta have your substitute be reliable enough to where it just doesn't break in one hit.
Yeah, that's why you have bulk up, right?
It's something you can do in like a Pokemon run, but it's nothing you can do really challenging people in a competitive setting.
When I did a PU Rain Dance team a while back, I think I had, maybe it wasn't PU, but I definitely used the, no,
That was Yu.
no, it was UU because it was with no megas, so I couldn't use Mega Swampert, so I had to push some Poliwrath with bulk up. It wasn't bad.
Not bad, yeah. Just only having Focus Punch as your only attack.
Oh,
move.
that's freaking terrible. I didn't do that.
Yeah, he's the one punch
I
man
don't
strat. You're supposed to
remember
one tap
what
everyone.
moves he had.
Yeah, if there's any ghost types though, you lose because you can't hit any of them. That's what kept happening to me though. Is I kept being a ghost type, one ghost type on somebody's team, so I couldn't beat him. His team with the strat.
I don't think ghost types are that strong right now.
It's not that they're strong. It's just I can't hit them with only Focus Punch.
Well, yeah, I'm saying like you're not gonna run into that many of them right now. Well, that's not true because the pseudo legendary is Ghost Dragon, I guess.
So the only way you can beat that game is if there's no ghost team.
I hope the pseudo legendary of Scarlet and Violet isn't Dragon.
Yeah. I doubt it though. It's probably gonna be like some like cyborg mecha lizard.
It's probably gonna be Psychic and Dragon. That's my guess.
That's lame.
Well, they already have Dark and Ghost, so what's the next step? Huh?
Yeah, I guess I would be. That would make much sense. I guess it would because they both can attack Psychic. What if it was just Fairy and Dragon?
Fairy and Dragon like Mega Altaria?
Yeah.
That would be
that's
pretty
one of my
freaking
favorite
scary.
type combos. That's one of my favorite type combos. I
It's
really
busted
love
as hell. It's got the two
It's
best
not.
types in the game slapped onto each other.
They don't really work that well together.
Yes, they do. What do you mean? It's immune to one of its super effectives.
It's immune to Dragon, but it's still weak to Fairy. I mean, it works good, but it's not something that is so good it's busted.
It really is.
Not like Ghost and Dark. I don't think so.
Ghost and Dark isn't even busted because it gets super affected by Fairy now.
I still think it's really strong.
No, it would be if Fairy wasn't like the best type in the game.
Well, then you can make that argument with the Fairy and Dragon type then, because it's the weak
Yeah,
to
it
Fairy.
is. Fairy is the best type in the game. And then it's probably Steel then Dragon. But
I would say Steel's better than Fairy.
it's not though.
I would say it is.
It's not.
I mean, what does
though.
Fairy have? It can kill Dragon types.
In normal effects, it's super effects. Okay, it's super effects Dark, super effects Dragon, which are both good types.
Nobody uses Dark types really anyways.
It's a fucking lie.
Okay, the only one I know of is Incineroar, and he's neutral to Fairy, because he's fire.
Incineroar. And then you have Grimmsnarl, and then you have.
Okay, Grimmsnarl's
And then you
weak
have
to it.
Sableye, and then you have Spiritomb.
Nobody uses Sableye.
Yeah, they don't use them anymore because they get super affected by Fairy, huh?
Nah. They used him when he
Yeah, Prankster.
had
huh?
Prankster. They used him in X and Y. I think they didn't really use him that much in Omega Ruby and Alpha
They used him even
Sapphire.
more in Omega Ruby because he had a Mega and
Did
Prankster
he?
that were viable.
I don't think anybody really used the Mega though.
A lot of people got pretty far with him, with and without the Mega. And
I love the Mega though, don't get me wrong. I love the Mega.
I like the
but
Mega, but I
nobody
definitely
used
see the
it, though.
problem where it's like, it's kind of on the border of whether it's worth the Mega slot or not.
It's pretty good in an OU setting, but if you're talking about like what is illegal
Like
Pokemon,
VGC.
like VGC, yeah, I wouldn't, because it's much better to have a Mega Rayquaza or Mega Salamence or
Yeah.
anything
but,
else. But if I remember, Mega Altaria wasn't even that good. It was UU, I think, at best.
So yeah, so people don't use that many. Oh yeah, and there's the freaking Urshifu, right? It's dark in fighting, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. So fairy, the problem is the only things that resist it are fire and steel and poison, I think. Right?
Steel, poison, and fire resisted.
I'm gonna look this up though. The type trait.
I'm pretty sure that's the only types that resist it. I don't know why fire resists it. I'm sure there's a good reason, but...
Oh yeah, and it's resistant to bug for some fucking reason.
Wait, fairy resists bug?
Yes.
That kind of makes sense, because a lot of
It kind of
fairies
makes
don't
sense,
like
but Bug's already like struggling as it is, dude.
I think it's just like, well, bug's already bad as it is, so why does that even matter?
Fairy, okay. Poison resistant, ghost steel. That's it. No, that's not right. Fire steel, my bad. So yeah.
I don't think ghost resisted.
I
Yeah,
was like,
Steel's right.
I didn't think that either. I don't have.
That's why
eyeballs.
Incineroar was really one of the reasons why Incineroar was really good is because he wasn't weak to fairy.
I mean,
One
it
of the
does.
many reasons.
Fairy being this OP does make fire types like a little better, but it's not like fire types were hurting for representation.
I think they were a little bit.
Not really.
They were until I'd say Incineroar showed up.
No,
the
because
the 3D era.
people were still using Infernape and Blaziken.
Okay, people probably using Blaziken. Yeah, but it's like your only shower is Blaziken or Infernape, kind of rough.
I'm trying to think of other fire types I know. Oh yeah,
And they're more good
Heatran.
because they're fighting.
Heatran.
Heatran is just good, but
Heatran is like almost broken.
he is if he's
'Cause
He
you
is if you
can't,
give him
you
raw
can't
option.
stall him because he's immune to all this like stall things except for hail.
Oh yeah, he is. He's so good. I do like that being burned or poisoned. I
That's
love it.
super annoying that you can't do either.
I like it because I'm sick of being poisoned all the time. Or
I
burned.
understand not being poison being annoying, but burn, like, come on, dude.
It makes him a good wall because you can't stall him. The thing is with Heatran is he is one of those few good fire types that can be a wall, but he's good at doing either.
That has a
or,
lot
so-
more to do with him being steel type. Though.
Yeah, I know, but he's also fire is also good with him because he's
And
not
actually,
weak to
Fairy
fire.
makes him better because he's just fucking wails on Fairy.
Oh yeah, he just doesn't even know fairies exist because he's double resistant.
Yeah. And he super affects him.
Is there a poison and steel type?
No.
That would be a
Should be,
fun
though.
type. Like a
It's one of the unused combinations. Apparently they have Ghost and Normal. No.
really?
Yeah, Hisuian Zoroark is Ghost and Normal from what I heard.
Oh. I wanted that to be fairy.
It does look like a
Everybody wants-
fairy.
Yeah. That's kind of lame to be the first ghost normal. I wanted a bone dog.
I wanted a bird
Come on.
dog too.
Just a basic dog which is made like a skeleton. That would have been so cool. Doesn't have to be anything insane, but you know, it'd be like a first evolution, a cute doggy, and it turns into like a really rad dog when it evolves.
So basically, Houndoom.
Yeah, basically Houndoom, but instead of fire and dark, he's normal and ghost. You know, like so, maybe like from a poodle to like a mastiff or something. You know,
Yeah.
that's really what I meant. Just becomes big dog.
What do you think about the doe dog? What's it called?
I don't know. I haven't really looked at much of the newer Pokemon. The only one I know about really on top of my head is Wooper, and because it's got a cool form, and I love Wooper.
I was never a super big fan of Quagsire, which is pretty surprising since I have a huge bias towards water types.
Well, I like Wooper better than Quagsire. I don't remember
I-
why. I think it has something to do with Heart of Gold and this weird like goofy entrance or something.
Yeah,
Something like that. I just remember
Zoroark and Zoro Hisuian form are normal ghost.
that's disappointing. It isn't, but it is. Everyone thought it was gonna be fairy type because that would have been cool. Because it'd have been like, oh, there's a fairy version of it, so there's a light version. But no, they just kind of like ruined it. I don't know.
I wouldn't say it's ruining it.
I
I
would
think
say it's
that's a
ruining
cool
it, but
concept as well.
I just wish they did it first on a new Pokemon to
Yeah.
bring interest to the game.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of Pokemon where it's like, it'd be pretty hard to justify that typing outside of, like, essentially a legendary.
Example.
Fire, water.
They have one, but I wish there was a normal fire one. Like, there's no Steam Pokemon other than the
Yeah.
that one guy.
Yeah, well,
Like-
yeah, it's
Or
it's a
Hot Spring
mythical.
Pokemon. Couldn't have a hot spring.
I really
Like-
want the fucking Pollution Factory Poison Steel type.
Yeah, I do too. Or a dump truck or something.
Oh, that would be so cool! A dump truck? And then everyone could be like dummy thick.
Get something dumb like that. Maybe like Garbodor like riding in the back of a dump truck or something.
Oh, dude. Fucking Garbodor's secret evolution.
Yeah, his
The
off
Trash
branch
Man.
when you evolve him with what's that steel item you give to Steelix when you trade evolve him?
Metal Coat.
Yeah, give him Metal Coat trade evolve.
I don't think they'd do that. They'd probably, if they were gonna do something like that, it'd be the regional form,
I don't
probably.
think they would do that either, but I was just, you know, making a goof off of an item that already exists. Because they kind of stopped the trade evolving stuff for the most part, because I can't remember any newer Pokemon having trade evolves. Mostly because everyone hates it.
What, Trade Evolution?
I do not like the
They
trade
do
evolution.
one. They do one or two every
Do
gen.
they?
I
just
mean,
don't
Trade
remember. It's hard to
Evolution isn't
shoot.
that bad now that we have Wi-Fi trading.
I just
but-
never liked it.
Back when
For
it
one
was
reason.
cables, it's super horrible.
I don't like it for one reason. Because it's hard to run through a whole game with a trade evolve Pokemon, so nobody wants to use it because you have to do the hassle of trade evolving it.
It's
Don't
not
like
that
it.
bad. If you know somebody...
It's not that bad if you know somebody, but you don't always know somebody.
You could make that argument, but this is like current year, so like I think it's pretty unlikely that you don't know somebody or can't get a way to evolve it.
You find somebody on Reddit.
Something, dude.
Yeah, you're probably right, but I just remember being terrible because you had that
It's,
2DS.
it's really bad in 3rd gen, honestly. Like 3rd gen and before, trying to trade evolve something is super big hassle because not only do you need
Yeah.
to have the cable or the
We used Pokemon XD to do it.
yeah.
That was the only cable we had.
Well, that cable is also a dual link cable. You still
Yeah.
have 2 Game Boys.
It does like you have to have a cable and 2 consoles and 2 games. Like yeah, the DS ones, at least you didn't need the cable, but most
I
people
mean, at least
have
with
the
Fire
game.
and Leaf Green, they came out, like when you bought it, it gave you the wireless receivers.
Oh, did they? I don't
Yeah,
remember
we
that.
bought them used, so we didn't get them, but they came with those.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wake the hell up, dude.
I guess he woke up.
I don't wanna yell at him. A lot of people are really liking the terraforms, and I'm like, I think they're lame. But I guess anything's better than fucking Gigantamax, so...
What is a terraforms?
It's basically a super
Oh, wait,
form
you know
that
what, I
changes the
remember it.
type. It can change
Yeah.
the type.
It's like Mega Evolutions, but worse, isn't it?
I think they can easily mishandle it, and I think they will, because if it's something like a hidden stat that it's just kind of random and any Pokemon can get any type with it, it's gonna be really annoying. I don't think they're gonna do that. I think it's gonna be like, oh, you can only get ones that it can evolve into, right? I know they said Eevee can get a bunch of different ones.
Well, Eevee can be any type anyways, so
Not
not really
any
that big of a
type.
deal. Most types, you know what I mean.
I don't even think it can be half. No, I think it is like right at half, actually. How many types are in the game? 13?
I don't remember at the top of my head.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, so...
Dang. Well, it's 18.
So not even half, it can be...
See, there's normal, because there's Eevee.
Oh, okay, if you count Eevee, then it can be
I do,
half.
because they're not gonna have a normal. They're not gonna have a normal final form. If they do, it's gonna be one of the last things they ever do on Eevee's type. I think they're sooner gonna have a dragon than a normal.
I don't think so. I don't think they're ever gonna do Ghost and Dragon Eevees. Also, everyone knows that they do a normal evolution, it's just gonna be the worst one besides Flareon. Well, besides Glaceon, I mean.
You
Well,
can
actually, it
debate
probably
Glaceon
would be the
first.
worst, because it'd probably just get no moves.
Yeah, it'd probably only get like a return, takedown.
That, or it'd be really busted and have a super deep move pool.
Yeah, I don't want a normal Eevee final form. I think
Also,
its
it
base
looked
form
very
being normal
similar,
is fine.
so...
A fighting one would be kind of cool. Or a poison one.
I think, my guess is the
Steel
next one is gonna be Flying and Ground. That's my guess.
I don't think they'll.
Those are the
release
ones
two
I
again.
feel like would be the least drastic for an evolution. And
So you
they
got
kinda go
Arion
together.
and so you got Arion, the flying one, or Gustion, which whenever you prefer, and Dirtyon.
And Dirtyon.
I think Poison Steel would be a good one to have. Have a heavy
So
defensive
they're just
one.
like, yeah, we know fucking Fairy's busted. Here's 2 EVs to fight him off with.
Yeah, I think you'd have a Steel one, like heavy physical defense, and then Poison heavy special defense.
That would make the Poison one probably pretty bad.
Either that, or you make them both have really high HP, or something weird like that. Because Eevee
what
is
I
not
would think is you make the Steel one fat, and then you make the Poison one like super fast. That way the
They
Poison
kinda
one's
already
just a
did
Fairy
that,
Slayer.
They kind of already did something like that with Espeon and Umbreon, so...
No, they didn't. They're both
Umbreon's
bulky.
fat. No, Espeon's fast.
I'm pretty sure they're both bulky.
No,
Maybe
Umbreon
they-
is bulky fat, and then Espeon is speedy, hit hard.
Alright, I'm gonna look this up, and then that's gonna be the end of this.
Well, Espeon has a 110 speed and 130 special attack. Its second highest is special defense, or third highest is special defense. I don't know what it is though.
Alright.
It does the opposite of Jolteon speed and special attack.
Alright, Umbreon.
Umbreon should have 110.
Okay, so
Defense and
Umbreon
special
is
defense.
thick with a shit ton of speed, or shit ton of defenses and low
I
speed.
told you. Yeah, so
Why
so
were you
far I'm
arguing?
right.
Oh, okay, let me see. And then
You're arguing that they're both thick, and I'm like, no.
I mean, I will admit that Espeon's probably not as thick, but it's still pretty
Espeon has a
bulky.
decent special defense, but it definitely has more
I
speed.
see
and more
people run
special
it
attack.
bulky all the time.
I think it's just because you can, because of Calm Mind, but that's about it. But Umbreon, definitely the thick one, Espeon's the sweeping one. So they kind of
I mean, I don't ever see anybody sweep with Espeon, so
What do you mean?
I don't
course they
see that
do.
happen.
You know, remember the Evo boost time?
Okay, sure. You could sweep with fucking any evolution with fucking Evo boost baton.
Yeah, but
pass.
Espeon was the one that they always ended up using because Espeon was the best for the sweeping.
It is fast. I just don't see people use it. Probably because I never played when Evo Boost was allowed.
I didn't really do it that much either at that time period because I think I
But
was just
okay, so
taking a
without
break.
cheating, I don't see people use it. It's always as a setup because it's got magic bounce and it's got light screen and calm mind and all that.
It's just not meant to do that, but it can do that.
It's not meant to do that, but that's what it's good at doing.
It's not its original intention. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
Because I distinctly remember it having 110 speed and 130 special attack because it's the special attacking one. Because every Eevee has the same stats, they just change them in different spots. Like Jolteon has 130 speed and 110 special attack. I just remember that because Espeon and Jolteon have it flipped on their speed and special attack. I don't know about their defense.
So this is their opportunity to do it correctly this time.
What do you mean?
So, that's what I'm saying, when they make the steel poison one, they can actually do it, so the poison one isn't just secretly, bulky.
I just think it just can be. I'm pretty sure Espeon has, or Umbreon has 130 defense and 110 special defense.
Because,
Am I wrong?
way back when, I remember everybody ran Espeon, and everyone was like, Umbreon sucks.
Umbreon sucks in the region it came out, but I think once Platinum came out, it was good.
Well, people didn't say it sucked, people were just like, why would you use it when you can use Espeon instead?
Yeah, I think Espeon was one of the most, like, one of them started making EVs, like, you know, good. You know.
I mean, Vaporeon at that
negative
time was
fashion.
still better than it.
You might argue that, but there's not many psychic types that weren't, like, banned that you could really use.
Yeah.
I guess it's Alakazam. I don't know. Maybe I'm.
You have
thinking about
Alakazam, you have, Slowbro. Those are both pretty good. You
Yeah,
have
I'm thinking
Starmie.
about
Starmie is OU until, like, 1 or 2
Yeah,
games
Starmie is
ago.
still pretty good. Yeah. Yeah, maybe I was just not thinking of him. Yeah. Yeah, Vaporeon is pretty good. Jolteon has a problem of it only knows electric moves, and all the other moves it learns are physical, which are terrible for it. So that's the problem with Jolteon. I believe Vaporeon is HP though. I think it has 130 HP and 110 special defense. Or is it special attack? I don't know, I just remember it's the HP one.
Yeah, it has HP. 130 HP and 110 special attack.
Why isn't why isn't Flareon freaking special attack? I mean, they're the first one, so you can't argue that, oh, there's ones that were prior that were, you know, whose dumb idea
I
was
know
that?
Jolteon's the speed one.
Yeah, Jolteon's the speed one, Flareon's the attack one. Umbreon.
Yeah, Flareon is, I think it's bulky and it has the bad attack.
I think,
Yeah, it's got a high special defense, high attack.
yeah, is it special defense one?
Yep.
Or Which one is again? Which one are we talking about again?
Flareon has special defense.
Special. I thought it was the attack one.
It is. It has attack and special defense.
Oh yeah, 130 attack, 100 special defense. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The
Glaceon's the
Flareon's
special attack
pretty
one.
bulky because not only does it get acid armor, its special defense isn't like bad.
Yeah. And I believe Glaceon's defense, for some reason, and then Leafeon.
Has nothing.
I do not know what Leafeon
Leafeon
has.
and Glaceon just have nothing.
I know Leafeon's the better of the two, but Glaceon I just remember is defensive because I was just like, what am I supposed to do with this? A defensive ice type? Or an EV team?
Defensive ice type. Why do they keep making
I
these?
chose Glaceon, I think, over Leafeon because I like Glaceon's design more. I think.
Glaceon has special attack and defense, so 0 out of 10.
Does
At least it gets
Leafeon have
special
defense and
attack.
speed,
At least it
or-
gets special attack for Ice Beam and Blizzard.
I think Leafeon gets attack and defense. Or
Yeah.
Attack and defense?
Okay. I could see Leafeon being used in a playthrough.
Leafeon's the only one you can use in a playthrough because Glaceon you can't get it until like the second to last gem or something.
Yeah, there's no game where you can get Glaceon like before like the 7th gym, really.
Yeah. Leafeon is
In
actually
Platinum,
one of the better
it's
ones.
right before the 7th or 8th gym. And then most of the other games, the rock is like either post game or like at the Elite Four.
If I remember, Leafeon's one of the better ones because it has Chlorophyll, which is doubles its speed in Sunny Day, and it can learn Swords Dance and Leaf Blade. And it came out in Platinum.
It can learn
so
that Sun move, can it?
Maybe, I don't remember.
Can it learn
But
that Solar
both-
Blade? Obviously,
maybe
it probably
in
can't
the
learn
newer
it
one.
now because it's probably not a move.
Maybe in the newer regions, but I only remember it having Leaf Blade. I just remember it was actually not that bad because there was actually a strat for it, which is we can say.
Also, it can learn that
It's
move that
the-
puts you to sleep, the Grass Whistle.
Yeah. I think with my my Flareon strat, I think I did Curse and then I did Flame Charge on it or something stupid like that. With my Flareon strat.
Alright, but that's enough for this recording.